Hello everybody, you're here with Cle de Peau Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today is kind of back to normal. And what do I mean? Because my last two videos, so one was dedicated to peace and I use a lot of greens and I think they make me look a little ill, grayish, loom. I mean, I guess based on the topic, it all apply, right? Because this is an expression, artistic expression. And then the next one, it was sort of an excitement, get out of the box, artsy and daring and, experimenting and playing with makeup. And then we go back to today. Normal me, right? Just normal me. And actually answering to one of your requests. So I got this message in one of my videos about cream blushes and about the comparison between Cle de Peau cream blush and Westman Atelier cream blush. So I decided to combine that with a second request by one of you, which was asking me if the new Westman Atelier Mimi could be used as a bronzer. I did put in one of my looks a little piece where I started doing that as a bronzer and show why I did not like it. Just as a kind of contour bronzing in the back. However, I did say it might work as a bronzer kind of in the front, just giving color to the face. So I want to try that as well. So if you're interested in those things, please keep on watching. And by the way, thank you so much for requesting, suggesting, and asking questions. I'm happy to do this for you all. So, just because we are comparing Westman Atelier, Cle de Peau, I added Merit. Why? Because it's also a cream blush. It's new to my collection, and I've been loving it. And so, and I don't think Merit I didn't include it in the last comparisons. And neither as Mimi. So here we are, all the newness, right? Adding to the collection. So before anything, of course, what do I have in my face? I have Westman Atelier foundation stick, which you know I love, just all over in the middle. That's as much. And of course, I did put some eyebrow. I did use, which also I've been liking, the Merit pencil eyebrow. I've been enjoying this a lot and I want to see how long it lasts. So, because that was one of my things, that it goes so easy and applies so fast and it's so lovely, but I didn't think it would last long. So we'll see how long it'll last, right? I mean, if I compare it to my other that I use all the time, which is a Chanel, which is actually a pencil, which is not as creamy per se as this. They both look great. This one I think looks a little darker, but of course the Chanel lasts forever. It's like a pencil, right? So I'm very curious how long the Roen will last. So that's why I'm using that and I'm loving it. And so let's start with this. So I already swatched sort of the 6, 2, 2, and 2. Westman Atelier, Cle de Peau, and Merit that I think more or less are similar in color. But of course I have the other ones and we can play. We'll see what comes up. So these two are the Cle de Peau and it is 2 and 4. So 2 and 4. These two are the Westman Atelier. This is Mimi. That's the new one. And it is in the brownish. That's why I guess you guys were asking if it can be used as a bronzer, and we'll try something. But it does have a hint of pink once you apply it in the cheeks. So that's why I don't necessarily like it as a bronzer. Look how when I do this, it doesn't have that just brown, which is lovely for a blush, and I appreciate it. And then this one is Petal, another bestseller for Westman Atelier. And so Petal and number 4 sort of, I feel like if you mix this two, you might get number 4 in Cle de Peau. Don't you see it? I mean, this is a little more, looks peachy there, which is interesting, but it's more Petal. It's supposed to have a lot more pink. Yeah, there. I guess. There you go. All right. And then this too is the Merit. And so what I want you to see, well, this too, I did the swatch with my finger because they're they're eye pop, well, not eye pops, but they're kind of pods. So I put my finger in there and swatch it. This 4, I did it directly from the stick or the bowl. Now in consistency, I think the Merit is closer to the Cle de Peau. And what I mean by that, they're lighter. They're, if you see, more transparent. This, you see the color payout is a lot more full. This one's sort of, you can see the skin under it. And of course, this one's, you start, look how easy you start putting it on, right? And then it becomes just giving you a slight amount of color, which is really what you're gonna use with all. You don't necessarily put them in the stick and leave it like that. You know, you start sort of blurring it out. But I do believe, I mean, look at this. They're almost the same. And that is number 4 in Cle de Peau. And which one? And that is Beverly Hills, this one. Very, very, I mean, consistency wise, look at this, look at that. I think you'll come up with the same. So let's play a little bit. And that's very interesting. Now that I did it in my arm, I actually want to do 1 and 1. However, I did wanted to try the Mimi as a blush. So we have to do that because one of you requested and we're going to do that. So this is Mimi. That's this color. All right. And you guys were asking if we can use it as a bronzer. Now, if I just do this and sort of put it as a bronzer, and we can use a brush, but I think with this product, I much prefer my finger. It's more precise and it really blends well on the skin. So you could use it as a bronzer. I'm taking a little bit, just let's apply a little bit here. Oh, look how beautiful it looks in the eye, right? Wow. So you could do that. I mean, if you wanted to really just use it as a bronzer and then perhaps add a little something there of a little pink here of anything else. I mean, you can use the Merit, this one, you can use a little bit of the Cle de Peau, or you can use the Petal, right? If you only have the Westman Atelier, so a little pink. So yes, you could add it as a bronzer. For me, I don't think it's brown enough or strong enough. I like a little more definition and a little more less pink because I can see some of the pink in it. That's what I was saying on the other video where I showcased it. So what I was suggesting is if you use it sort of a blush bronzing, and by that I mean blush because you do put it all over your cheek. See, I like it more like a blush, right? But I'm saying not like a poop poop blush, but a full sort of cheek bronzer, and then put poppy, for example, a lot of pink in there. This is more how I like it. So I don't know if this is what you consider a little bronzing. I mean, see, I wouldn't even like putting it all over because, let's do it so you see it, because of the pinkish tone that it has. So now I'm feeling I'm just staining myself instead of bronzing myself. Sure, it gives a little color, of course, but yes, so to answer really quickly, no, I wouldn't use it as a bronzer, but as a blush, I do like. So, all right. Now, moving along. So that answers that question. Now, how does this compare? Let's see now. So we're using Westman Atelier. I'm gonna use on the other one, because that was the other question, Westman Atelier Mimi with Cle de Peau. Although it would have been better to use the Petal, right? Ha ha ha. Well, too bad. We're gonna use this one, which is the closer. All right, so that's number 4. Now, I'm doing this, and so the question really was about longevity. Which one lasts longer? Now, before I answer that, so the first thing I want you to notice is the consistency. Cle de Peau, even though it looks a lot more transparent, and when you put in your finger, it feels very, very fluffy and creamy. When I apply it, I don't know if you see it, this will blend it a little easier. And you saw that I put it from the stick. But as I apply it, look how it just melts in becoming your skin. The Cle de Peau, you can totally see where I apply it. So it's not melting into the skin per se. I mean, it looks gorgeous, don't get me wrong. You see what I mean? Look at this. And then look at this. Now, let me pull out a brush. See if that helps in the, and I'm gonna pull out the, I think, yeah. This is one of my favorites for cream blushes. This is the Sonia G in the Kibuki set. They're small, but I found them, they really work with cream blushes, and they're so tiny that it works as if it was your finger. So there you have it. I mean, you couldn't even tell if I was wearing one or the other, most likely. And you know me, I like to mix. So at this moment, I would like a little pink here and a little pink here. I think if I do that, you probably won't notice a big difference. But just looking through the camera, I don't know why, but I like how this one looks better. This one, even though it comes into the skin, it looks a little bit on top of the skin. You know what I mean? This is one of the things I love about Westman Atelier. Now, I do want you to check, because I just tried the Merit product and I've been loving it. Let's put a little bit here. I know it's gonna be stained, but what I want you to see is the effect. I mean, this one, you see how it also kind of melts into your skin? But it does give you a lighter color. Now, I applied it, obviously, it doesn't go there, it's supposed to go over here, but it will give a very nice finish. I mean, let's try it here on the top, where I feel the Cle de Peau is not really kind of melted. And I can make it work, of course. I mean, I don't know if I should put more and just, but you see how this looks natural, almost like the sun just hit me and there's some areas that it barely took, versus this is looking more makeup-y. It's very slight. I mean, we're going slightly. I will wear either, right? But I want you to see this. So I'm gonna apply just a little bit. You see how it also just melts into the skin? And price-wise, this is like, not even compared, this is a lot more inexpensive. But this one, look how it brought up my face immediately. You see that? So I'm almost want to apply this, but it changed a little bit the color because I'm liking the pinkiness that the Mimi brings in here. So with that in mind, I would apply a little pinkies here. And of course, I do have this other by Merit, which is Cheeky, But I believe these colors are bringing a lot more, these ones are subtle. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope so. So let's put a little bit of Petal just to keep the Westman Atelier area. You see, that just brought out the that I was looking for. And so Mimi's underneath, this is important. It works well, not necessarily as a bronzer. Here I am like emphasizing as if it was not understood. But it does as an underneath thing, and then just a thing here. I actually wouldn't use Petal. I mean, this is very natural looking. I probably would use Poppy, which is kind of a pop of color, just to brighten up my eyes and make the pink noticeable in my cheeks. But I love this side. Now this one, what are we doing with this one, right? Now, to answer the question about longevity, the Cle de Peau seems to set like that. Sort of, it reminds me of the new #1, the Chanel, the chicken lips, where they also apply very like this. It kind of goes in and sets, but it looks makeup-y. It doesn't look like it just melts into your skin. It looks very into your skin, but very precise like this. And the #1, the Chanel, lasts all day. I mean, I don't know what they did with it, but you place it, it sets, and it stays. If you're looking for longevity, I think that one is definitely the choice. But the Cle de Peau is very nice like that. It will stay like that. Now, which one will stay longer? Well, probably the Cle de Peau will stay a little longer because, like I said, it's sort of like it sets like that and it just stays like that. But I think this one stays, but it loses that vibrancy. You see how it's like natural, clean beauty. I think after a couple of hours, you lose that. There's still some color left, but you don't feel so, the sun just hit your skin. And that is why I like to combine it. Like, I wouldn't just leave it like that. I would put a little bit of highlight, you know, the lid up. You can put the transparent, or you can put a little bit of the nectar, which is a little color. We're talking Westman Atelier. And I have here, I might end up to look like that. And so, so the vibrancy, the light from within sort of look continues. But as far as the color, you will see as we speak, I mean, even now, this one is melting more and more into the skin. And I have dry skin. So I can imagine if you have combination or oily skin, most likely, that's not gonna last long, I don't think. So in that respect, the Cle de Peau, I think, might be a little longer. And then of course, the #1, the Chanel, you cannot beat that. That stays, is lovely. The reason I mean, I can bring it out, but the reason why I don't put it like my favorite is because I love how these colors looked on me and how they look like so natural. And this one, you can see it's lacking that. So let's add a little more and let's put a little bit of the pink. So I want to be fair, so I don't want you to say, well, you didn't put that much, or and I know I put a little bit of Merit in there, but they all melt into the skin so much. So yeah, definitely Merit and Cle de Peau, I think they are so similar. All right, we're working. I'm gonna put a little bit in the eye. Putting it in the eye sometimes it helps. I mean, look what is happening with the other one. And I slightly put, I should put a little bit more so you really see the longevity in the eye. So I'm applying this here. Oh, so lovely. And I'm applying more and more in the cheek. I do have to blend it, and I do have to, you know, And now let's apply a little bit of the pink of the Cle de Peau because it's a little brighter and it will lift it up. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. I know a lot of you that are here in my channel, you guys prefer this sort of lively, youthful, for your comments and the excitement that gets on the looks. I think you like this natural kind of, looks like I put fillers, you know, that's makeup. So, what do you guys think? I think this will stay put for a little while on that question. And especially since I put a lot more, I would still put some kind of highlight, which will do that. So now I need to kind of bring up the speed on this one, but you see how it's fading. And imagine in an hour, it will be sort of fading even more. You still have some color. It won't look like a ghost pale or that you didn't wear any makeup, but it will not look this strong. That's the only downfall, right? So, you know what I haven't done is to apply the full makeup of Westman Atelier and do a mist, you know, like a what do you call a makeup spray or a setup spray. Maybe I should do that today after this. Oh, excuse my dog. Of course he had to come in camera. But look at this. And this one will stay a little longer. All right, so I am going to apply more makeup on the Westman Atelier so I can set the spray. I'm gonna use more of the Petal now, just to bring up the vibrancy, the pinkiness more to this side. And I'm gonna bring it into my eyes. So I'm using Petal, one of the best sellers for a reason. Oh, no. Oh man, I was not supposed to do that. Oh well, so much for that. So we'll see it on the cheeks. Now I'm applying a little bit of the Cle de Peau to equalize both eyes. That's okay, I wanna look nice. See? All right, so is that good enough? No, I need to put a little more of the Petal here, just so they both look as vibrant. And so we have the Cle de Peau and the Westman Atelier. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of setting spray. I just apply more of the Cle de Peau because I want it to be fair. This finger is for this side and this finger is for this. Don't think I'm mixing it. And now let's apply some of the setting spray. Now I have here the Charlotte Tilbury spray. Now we're gonna use the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea 4-in-1 setting mist. Okay. All right, so, whoa, I think the colors sort of pop up even more. That's good to know. That's good to know. So this one seems to already be looking more vibrant than this side. So this is starting to melt. We'll see. I'll put a comment down below of how it looks after 2 or 4 hours. And so you know, this is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do at this moment. And comment down below if you have more questions or if this was useful. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.